could fade. Praying they don't lock us up in the cage from chopping the white on the plate with the blade. Used to be broke, now we getting it now. Gully and live, we
Alright, this is an episode of Strong United Voices. It's your boy D.
My boy D now.
Yo, Lady Black.
And Miss Lovely, and we got our special guest in the house tonight, and it would be Frederick Massey Jr. And this is the eye shot, y'all. I was promoting a lot on our page. It's giving you the ins and out of the city of Buffalo. East Side. It's all about the East Side. It's all about what the black community go through, their everyday struggles. And he's going to give us just a little background where he's from and, you know, how you come up with the idea.
Okay. Like you said, I'm Frederick Barnett Massey Jr. That's my government. Some people, you know, you might bump into me and might call me Freddie Mac. That's my nickname, but I'm grown, so I go by my government. I just want to make sure I throw out my alias out there just in case somebody brings that name up. You know what they're talking about.
Freddie Mac.
Yes. So, I grew up a little bit all over. My father was a pastor, is a pastor.
Okay.
And he's from Buffalo. Both my parents are from Buffalo. My grandfather grew up on North Division in Jefferson. So a lot of these stories are stories that I always heard him have. I'm talking about this is from pythons to the baby pack, all these. One of my uncles, his first car, he won the Cadillac in the dice game. You know? So
Wow.
I've always heard of these kind of stories, but my uncles changed their life. My father changed their life. Went on to Livingstone College in Southern North Carolina. Never looked back.
Okay.
So I'm just saying to say my parents are from here.
Okay.
We met here in Buffalo.
Right.
And since a little kid, since I've been born, I've been coming back to Buffalo holidays, spring break. I mean Christmas. So I've had friends that I've probably known since I've been 6, 7 years old. Just as like I've been living here. So that's the blessing of that. So that's why I always have a love for Buffalo. And being that both my grandparents came from the South, you know, worked the steel plants and, you know, Army, and one of my grandfathers had a shoe shine shop and candy store, Monroe and Jefferson. So I got a lot of history here. And I honestly, I was in prison. So I went upstate and I came home, I had my little plan together, and my first job was King City.
Okay.
And that's when I got familiar with the Be Great
Oh,
brand.
okay.
Shout out
So
to
you
Shout out to
Okay.
So we know we got him in there. That was what we was doing, the math, making sure there's the whoever who sold what color and what size and a whole bunch of stuff. And I've watched the brand elevate and keep going. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely excited to be here. But when I got into the store, this is my story, what I see behind the counter, along with who my family is, and always coming back and forth to Buffalo. And I was raised in DC, so as I said, I'm a minister because we lived in different cities.
Okay.
Majority of my life was DC. And DC has a movement called the DMV movement.
Yeah.
And that's even before that, DC always has been a place you wouldn't wear food, you wouldn't wear cross colors. You know, you wore Madness. You got Saviato. Wale's real big with the brand Saviato. You always had DC brands. And I haven't witnessed what I witnessed when I came out of prison, and I seen it was a few Buffalo brands. And behind the counter, you know, somebody will come through to sell their t-shirts, or ask me to sell their t-shirts, or they merch in the store. And depending on, I said, okay, I gotta get in contact with Omar, but let me buy a t-shirt. And I put the t-shirt on, I rep the t-shirt. Sometimes I take pictures and you know what I mean? So it was a
Supporting.
it was a beautiful time, you know what I mean, for me. And it was a special time out of Buffalo, or my experience in Buffalo. And it was so many artists, and a funny story. I don't mean to make fun of him, but just the experience. I was behind the counter. There was a guy that was at the refrigerator, and he just kind of had a screw face, you know. I'm like, why is this guy keep screw facing? So I looked the other way. I said, you know what? Maybe it's me. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I be tripping. So you know. So I look again. He's still looking at me like that. So you know, so I'm gonna walk in the office. I come back, walk out the office. He's looking at me the same way again. Okay. Now this is Revolt TV. Revolt TV is they're doing their documentary. It was a small documentary in King City.
Okay.
And they were kind of explaining some things. I went home, I looked up Conway, and I seen he had murals all over the world. So I'm just saying, you see for what position he's in now. I'm coming out of prison. I had no idea who these guys were.
Right.
But you'll feel it from the streets.
Right.
You start seeing the hoodies and you know what I'm saying. And you start seeing BSF and then that goes into I tell this all the time. Benny is doing these freestyles like the Sway in the Morning, the Funk Master Flex. He's getting off the plane. He's getting off the plane and coming straight to King City to get you know whatever. You know what I'm saying. That's his business. But he'd hit the ATM and then he'd come to the counter. And I kept seeing him do that. And he was like, man, you see me going to the ATM, that's all rap money. I haven't sold drugs in 6 months. So that's when I was like, whoa, you know. So that over that rapport, me and City Boy, you know, City Boy, he'd come through, always had his merch and, you know, hoodies, I done bought a couple of sweatsuits. I think I bought a Benny the Butcher baseball cap. But I'm just saying.
Just supporting.
Right, and then I eventually became friends with Hezzy.
Okay.
So Hezzy's one of the stars.
Oh,
Also.
the comedian.
Well, he's not. He has a podcast.
Okay.
But he's an artist. He's a rapper. He's an artist. Man, good friend of mine, man, real good dude. So
Okay.
Hezzy has, yeah. So what was it? Ladies love Cool Heads. So we don't got so many. We don't got
That's
so
like
many.
our ladies love
Yeah.
right?
And it's funny because you ask me, probably tell you I'm a character. You know what I mean? Because I think we be alone and we chilling, or we be out and about. He see a certain side of me I might not present on Facebook.
Right.
You know what I mean? So my business partner, we've been involved with the movies, doing movies, producing movies, writing movies. I mean, I've been behind the scenes for almost the last 10 years. I think 2020 marks the 10-year mark. He moved from DC and he relocated to LA. So this is while I'm going through all my prison terms and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
So I'm looking behind the counter. I'm like, I need to have a website. You know, because I'm looking at the CDs. They're at that time they were becoming extinct. You know what I'm saying? And I would be trying to sell CDs.
Right.
And people would be like, no.
Right.
CDs, man, I got the Bluetooth in the car.
Right.
So I'm like, you know, so I'm just saying, I'm seeing the movement. I said, I'm trying to build an outlet for these artists and for these brands, for concerts.
Right.
So when I get on the phone, I call my man Dre. I'm like, hey, Dre, you know how to do a website? I'm like, yeah, I know how to do a website. Why? Because I'm thinking about doing a website about King City or for King City. I already talked to Omar about it. And he said, why don't you do a documentary? I was like, a documentary? Who's gonna help me do that? He was like, me, stupid? I'm like, oh, you know, like a dove. You know what I'm saying? So when I went back and I went home, I thought about it, I prayed about it, and we just started putting the flights in order and putting the dates in order. And initially, when I think the first or second day that Dre got into town, Hezzy came and picked Dre up from King City. So we took his equipment out of my truck into Hezzy's truck, and they went straight to the studio, studios. So I was still working the shift. I didn't get off. I closed the store at midnight. So when I got out the store and made a beeline straight to the studio, Dre was putting his equipment up. He looked me in the face and said, "We're not doing nobody else," and that was Benny. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, "You don't need to do nobody." Because for me, I'm like, I got this artist. So it has to have a storyline, right? You know what I'm saying? And there might be some people now that might be a little salty. I mean, I'm just saying. It was no way I could have involved everybody.
Right.
But I tried to. So that's why.
His best sometimes.
Right. So that's why at first it was going to be a King City documentary, and that didn't really work. So that's when the process with Benny, him becoming a feature artist.
Okay.
So then we said, okay, all right, we're not going to be able to get the right shots for a King City documentary. Let's do a Buffalo documentary. And that's when the research started coming in. That's when you started looking up stats and numbers and just learning, learning on top of learning on top of learning. And as we're doing the research, as we're editing, putting stuff together, he was doing the editing.
Because you get your research, looking online.
You had to.
Because that's how you get your information.
Because he wasn't from Buffalo.
Yeah.
So this was his first experience in Buffalo. And not only that, he was learning what Buffalo is and what it isn't. You know what I mean? So that was one thing I wanted to make sure it was a film that somebody outside of Buffalo can learn what Buffalo is about without even coming here. And maybe be interested in coming to Buffalo. Because there's a lot of Jews here. This is the Underground Railroad. You know what I mean? So then we say the Great Migration. That was, my grandparents came from the South majority of probably all our great grandparents,
Yes,
somebody.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, man, this is
Yes. And that
Harriet Tubman,
businesses too.
Frederick
Yes,
Douglass.
right.
It's a lot of
Yes.
history, man. So, I had fun, and while we were in the process, you just watched Griselda, Benny, and
Right.
BSF. You just kept seeing them. You know, I think this is really my first experience seeing Star be made,
Okay.
like in front of my
Face, right.
I'm not saying that he already. I think that those guys have great personalities.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, what was he? The top 5 lyricists of 2019.
Yeah.
You know, who's this? He got a lot of I can.
Right. Right.
And they're known for working. You know,
Right.
5
And
to 6.
I heard about it, put this work in it. Actually, you know, I'm gonna give a shout out to Don P.
Don P.
Who
Don
put me
P.
down, who made the connection. So that's like
Yeah.
he got this podcast full of support.
Mm-hmm.
That young man is
He got his
Man,
merch.
when
He
I
got
tell
his
you,
brand.
he
He been
got
working for a minute. He working hard for
10
a minute.
years,
Yeah.
10 years. So
Yeah.
we support him to the fullest.
Mhm.
But I want to get at you with a couple little things here. I wrote down a couple things, and I like a lot of things that Benny was just nailing everything on the head. And you know, when he was saying how, you know, it's not all bad here, it's good, you know, but it's not good on the east side.
Mhm.
And so I wanted to see, you know, who do you think it would be responsible for that when he made that statement, like when he's saying it's not, you know, it's not good for us on the east side. Is he meaning like the people, or you know, hire people here, or is he just saying as a community? Just your
I mean,
opinion.
yeah.
'Cause you can't
I
answer
can't
for
speak
him.
for him. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, if I'm wrong, he can correct me.
Yeah.
Like I'm always.
Well, we're
always
just going
open
on
to
your
correction.
opinion because
Yeah.
that's what this is
I
about.
mean, I really honestly think that it's this is a white man's heaven, Buffalo. I mean, ice skating and all kinds of winter sports and
I like
hockey.
to ice skate.
But I'm just saying.
A lot of people do though.
I do
Yeah,
ice skate.
Yeah,
But for
That's
winter
a fact.
sports, winter
Yeah.
activities, this is it.
Yeah.
Chippewa is, I mean,
Live.
come on. And they basically tell you got a baseball cap, that'll be their excuse for not letting you win.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think, I'm hoping, I don't want to say I think, but I'm hoping that people catch even when they're talking about the Walton Gallery Mall.
Right.
They were changing the bus route.
Mhm.
So we couldn't come to the mall. That's why it's so significant for Gouache.
And I was just gonna bring that up because
Yeah,
I never knew he was in
Well,
there.
Really, I've been to that store. He
Have
has
you?
some really
It was a
nice
nice
stuff in
store.
that store.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know till I watched
Yes.
this. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like a lot of things
Yes.
that
I've
you know
been in
I'm
there.
watching off of here and getting off these episodes. I'm looking like, wow. I'm like, that's nice. They let a black
Yeah.
store in there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
never
Yeah,
know.
shout out to
Yeah.
Jay Turtles and Jizzle, OJ. Shout out to
Yeah,
OJ.
OJ.
Yeah, they have nice stuff.
And Jay Turtles.
You know, so and I mean, and on top of that was Michelle Visa. She
Yeah,
was in the store as
I
well.
like her. She up there too?
But I mean, I don't think the same stores up there, but I believe she
She
still
has
has the
the
brand.
name, yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
she was across the hallway at one time. From,
Okay. Okay. Watch.
I
Okay.
believe so.
Yeah, because I liked a lot
I
of things
remember
she was speaking on. But I wanted to go into like a lot of the areas y'all was targeting
Okay.
with y'all clips. And that was like the Martin Luther King,
Right.
you know, the Doak Street, the East Ferry.
Right.
Y'all really got down to the hood
Yeah,
shit.
the wall.
Yeah,
You know
the
what I
wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just seen like I could see where this is going at with it, and I just see like a lot of realness of the show. But now I'm gonna ask you something, honey.
Mhm.
That woman did y'all find her out there? That
Oh,
she got
okay.
robbed?
Okay.
That she got robbed or because I'm saying, honey, was she going on? I'm saying, well, you know, and it's real though, because I
It
know
was
that's real with her.
That happened in real time.
Okay, because
Yeah.
she, you know, she
And
started
it's
talking
one of
about
them. It's one of them funny.
yeah. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
It's a funny taping moment.
Yeah.
Where we were trying to get Mandela's.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm trying to like show him like at night to get kind of lit.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like looking at me like, oh yeah.
With
yeah,
Gigi's.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
so that part
She
was
got
like,
robbed at Gigi's.
And yeah, talking about
I don't
men
know
want
what-
her to
I
do
don't know
oral
what-
sex
yeah.
and all this. I'm looking, I said, well,
Man, I
you
don't
sound
know
like
what-
you on drugs.
Yeah. We didn't have no clue what was going on.
Yeah, yeah.
We just sitting there taping.
She said something ain't
And
right.
as she was talking, I'm just trying to ignore her. I'm like just ignoring her. That's why
Right.
she did say, because I was smoking a
But
cigarette.
see,
Oh,
that
you
was
the
something,
one.
that
I
was
was
something
smoking a
not to
cigarette.
ignore, though.
She-
That was something not to ignore. Because that was something that was East Side.
But
That
I'm,
was
no,
the-
No,
but
no,
I
he
mean,
said he
but I
didn't
mean,
want
we
to
were-
talk to her when she.
No, we
you
were
gotta
working.
watch it.
We were working.
You
It
gotta
wasn't
watch that.
staged. So it was like, oh Lord, here we go.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
And he's busy, you know, and I'm like, and once it caught me, I was like,
So you had the cigarette.
with the thought of what you said.
Right.
And I was like looking at him, and I want her to know. I'm like, you still taking?
Right.
Hell yeah.
Keep
Keep going,
but you had
keep
to-
going,
Yeah.
keep going, man.
Okay.
Keep going.
That shows your rudeness.
That's why I was like, I was smoking a cigarette, but she was
Right.
kind of
She's like,
actually going, but
cigarette.
I was like a statue. I'm like,
Right.
I'm not moving.
Right.
I don't want to
She's
ruin
like, I
this
hope
moment.
you're not lying just to
See,
say
you
we're
good.
gonna see.
Because see, I'm crazy. If I had a cigarette, I'd have been trying to give her one like, get away.
It just was I think me and Dre both realized it at the same time. It was just like, the thought just was like,
Right.
I
It
hope
was
this
perfect,
man is
though.
taping this.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I hope he is.
Okay, and so I want to get into looks like what was his name? Julian.
Yeah, Julian.
Julian.
And
I like him.
Now he's the comedian.
I like him.
Yeah,
And he kicked some real shit about that
He did, he
Cheetah
really
Walker.
did. He
the
really
Cheetah
did.
Walker.
He really did.
Because they are the races. I don't know who's racist between them and Amherst, but Cheetah Walker might got Amherst a little beat.
Oh yeah.
And he was right on point with that.
I'm not gonna lie, I got locked up more than Amherst.
Amherst
Did you?
Man,
I will say
He
that.
said.
One of my girlfriend's sisters
But maybe we're
died
nicer to
in
the women.
Amherst custody.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were in Amherst custody when she died, and they were like, "How did she even die in custody?"
Oh wow, what Cheetah
So
Walker?
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean,
Okay.
Amherst is
Amherst,
Amherst,
it's something serious.
Yeah, it is. And I'm like,
And it's sad.
international. They got UB and all that.
Yes, but it's sad because it's a lot of black people that live in
That live out
Amherst that's
there.
been in Amherst
For
for
a long
years.
time.
And one is out there.
You know what I'm saying? Since the 70s.
Right,
Been
right.
in Amherst.
Yeah, like Michelle said,
Yeah.
they don't want us in the inner city. They don't want us in the suburb.
They don't want
Where
us
are we
in-
supposed to
we're
go?
That
That was facts.
They don't know we going everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, once we start owning property and buying things and creating that ownership, that it's really nothing they can do.
Yeah,
Like you
it's
said,
That's
back
the
then
thing you
since the
have to do.
70s, a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
those
nothing.
people
That's the
got
reason
them.
why it's nothing they can do.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
my aunts live in Amherst.
Mhm.
You know, East Amherst, and they've been out there for
For a while.
years.
See what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm
So
You can't tell me where I can
No.
go and I can't. You can't call a land.
They really just
my
looking at
family all over.
They're really
the
looking at
map.
you like what you doing out here. That's basically what that's
Yeah,
at.
it
But let,
seems like it.
but let me get to Mike, the security guard. He been there for years on
Yeah,
Portland.
yeah.
Like I can remember probably back, maybe when I was about like 30, 30, going to the liquor store down there. He been in for a long time, and he even stressed that he felt like the mayor.
The mayor forgot
Is,
about the city.
yeah, forgot about us over here.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So people think I just be targeting him, but this is everybody's opinion.
And that's like it's a repetitive narrative.
Yeah.
Even with this is Forgotten City.
Yeah.
This is Corey and Julian was a part of that also.
Yeah.
But they did a documentary and
Oh,
the
really?
same points.
Okay.
You know, it might have been in a different style.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's a common conversation. If we don't have it with them, we have it amongst us.
Right.
And that was a part of it. Like, I want to make this conversation, because it's the east side of Buffalo, every city you go to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what we go through isn't that much different than what the
No.
next person goes
No.
And
through.
sometimes
You
it's
know
not
what
as
I'm saying?
bad either.
Or the next black community
Right.
goes through. Yeah,
Right.
sometimes it's not.
It's not as bad.
Sometimes
It could be worse.
if you see the opportunities,
Right.
you have to be able to look and see opportunity where it is none.
Right.
And that's what you do got the BSF felons.
Mhm.
You know, I don't even want to say it like that. But,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm a felon. So
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah.
you know what I'm
But
saying?
you seen.
Run across the table.
But see,
Yeah, that's what he's
but
saying.
see, you had to see that for yourself. Though.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't just say, okay, well I'm a felon and I can't get a job. I can't do nothing now. They're not gonna do nothing for me because I'm a felon.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna sit here and marinate in my felonness
Right.
and not do anything.
Not do anything.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the big point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you're a felon, life don't stop.
And that's why these stories are so important.
Right.
Like we watched them.
Yeah.
I'm into the Master P. I missed the last episode, but I'm like, I
Okay.
watched that.
Chronicles Joint.
That was my era. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I think that's why we look up to Jay-Z's and why that's so important to the Bennies and the
Yeah.
OJs and the
Yeah.
you got them Living B and you know what I mean? I got
Yeah.
what drug related on,
Yeah.
so it be great. There's so many different like
Right.
okay, you gonna tell us no? Okay, cool, we're gonna create our own.
And that's what we should do.
Right,
Because
right.
I always go back to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Mm.
the Black Wall Street.
Mm.
They owned businesses. They had businesses, and it was so much hatred and jealousy there that they burnt down all of that. You know what I'm saying? They took that from us, and to this day, they're still trying to rebuild.
Mhm.
If everybody get that mentality and realize, I don't have to wait for this person to do this for me.
Mhm.
I can do this for myself.
Right.
Because we all are intelligent, very
Very,
highly
very.
educated, smart people.
Very.
Right.
Whereas that we can
This our
build.
experience.
Right,
Yes,
right.
yes,
And
yes.
you have to grow from your experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't let your experience beat you down.
Right.
And you're showing that. And so it's kudos to you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? To let people see, like, listen, I went to prison.
Mhm.
I came out of prison. I got a job. And now look at me.
Mhm.
But this is not where I stopped.
Right.
You know what I'm
Just
saying?
keep
You're trying to go
going.
farther.
Yeah,
You
just
know what I'm
keep going.
saying? So you can be a mentor to some of these young kids out here.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? That has no direction.
Right.
Have you ever thought about that?
I mean, I always got like little homies, or you know what I'm saying. I always got family, or
Mm-hmm.
I have sons. You know what I'm saying. I got a 19-year-old daughter. You know
Oh,
what I
wow.
mean. So, I just try to start with me first. If the
That's right.
opportunity does,
Can't
I
help
got a
nobody till
forum,
you help
yourself.
platform them all with it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean. I just want it to be done the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to get back on here again too. I want to, cause I got me some things here. I want to target on that. Now, you know, they was talking about the thing with the fruit belt, like how they was trying to push them people out
Mhm.
there,
Mhm.
houses down there.
Right.
Now, for those people that don't know, we talk about Peach Street, Lemon Street, Marbury, and Cherry and Grape. That those people actually own their houses, and they trying to
Right.
rebuild that all
Yeah.
over for
Right.
doctors and
Yeah.
stuff down there,
Yeah.
with Roswell and
Right.
and so we just showing you some things that the black people did own that stuff down there, and they're
Right.
trying to push them out gradually.
Right.
Some of them they have.
They're trying
Right.
to buy them out. Some
So-
of them
Yeah,
get
buy 'em
buy
out.
out. Yeah.
They buy 'em out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so with pennies,
Right.
pennies.
And I mean, I have a experience like experience with that, because if you go back, if I take you guys to DC, that's a recurring conversation in DC is gentrification.
Mm.
You have some black people that are walking around, and it's like they in a daze
Right.
because there's so many white people in
Right.
places that they would normally not
Not
be
even
Right,
there.
exactly.
walking their
Now-
dogs.
they're
jogging.
infiltrating now.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
yes.
it started the same way in Buffalo, like, you know,
Yeah.
and around the train stations. They take a train station, remodel the train station, and then raise the property value around
Right.
the train station.
Right.
You see, that's the living they want. They want
Right.
to jump on the train and go straight
Get
to
right
work.
home.
Right.
So we watched that happen in DC.
They can't
So-
do that here because that train station ain't going nowhere. It
Well,
ain't starting
on
back
Island,
up.
on Island.
The one on Memorial. We have a central train station.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the metro.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
A train station.
Okay, yeah.
They wasn't there. I don't think they want to live down.
Yeah, I mean that's like prime property.
It
Right.
is.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
what
that is
I
that,
got.
yeah. Because that's
Yeah.
minutes from downtown.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I want to get back into again with another thing what Benny was talking about. And I like how he was talking about the people. What is boys here getting money,
Mhm.
and they're not putting it back into the community. They'd rather walk around with $20,000 chains on,
Right.
you know, jewelry, nice cars, study putting black grocery stores in here. And we had this conversation before with others, how Arabs coming in here buying stuff up. You can't be mad at them because at the end of the day, that's what they do. They stick
doing
together.
They were doing that before they even came over.
Okay, so
You know what I mean?
my thing is this, I'm agreeing with him. Basically, Benny was putting out the message like, you getting this money,
Right.
you know, start going up, buying up blocks. This is the same conversation I had on like my first episode when talking about these young boys talking about you hustling on my block. You don't own it.
Right.
When you
right.
start buying up that property on here,
Yeah,
then I'll
it's-
respect your
it's a difference.
space.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
a
Then you can say this is my block.
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah,
you know, and so we want to get that out here to the young boys. That's why I said I don't knock nobody hustle. You gotta do what you gotta do, but do something with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't
Right.
keep sitting out here just so you can be harassed or get shot and killed, because that's all it ends up to, or jail.
Longevity.
But you know, put that money in there, and like he said, you know, it's a lot of projects out here that need to be remodeled and
Yeah.
fixed. You
Right.
know what I mean? That you can just get money coming back in. You go get loans for $50,000-$60,000. You know?
Building on something.
Yeah.
They gonna start gutting out a lot of them. turning
Yeah.
into condos.
That's
Yeah.
what they're doing now.
Yeah.
They're doing that
Yeah.
right now. Like
Yeah.
on Sycamore, they just did that. Sycamore in Jefferson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
they
Yeah.
just did that over there, and they're still building all the way back.
Said Sycamore and Jefferson.
It's Sycamore and
Talking about
Jefferson.
the houses.
Those no, it's a new. I think it's an apartment building.
Oh.
I didn't ask my aunt exactly
It's
what
an
it was.
apartment building, no.
It's an apartment
Yeah.
building. They have like a nice little workout area.
I knew the ones that they built and was right by Jefferson and Ferry.
No, honey.
You talking
Go
about
down Sycamore.
Yeah.
Go down Sycamore and you'll see this. Yeah.
Or even by the stadium, the old stadium.
They taking it, like I said,
I seen them. I remember the
With
bank.
Southampton.
The bank.
Yeah.
They put the bank down there.
No, you gotta come up to the stadium. And then you know Southampton, Northampton, all that. It's beautiful
Is
out
that
there.
across the street from that car lot or something?
Yes, it's like they're building it up because it's minutes from downtown. So
Right.
they're trying to bring everybody from the suburbs,
Easy
am I
access.
right, trying to come
Yeah.
downtown.
Yeah.
And it's the opposite
Yeah.
Right.
of what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They ran to the suburbs.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Mhm. And then because some of us is out to the suburbs now, they
Yeah.
I
Get
guess
away.
they want to come back. But honey, you can't escape us.
But
We
you
like
know it.
roaches. We
Yeah.
we're everywhere.
But you know what's happening when they start having Section 8 in Amherst. Then you say, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, because they didn't allow that.
Or Tonawanda.
They got
That's
Section
when you
8
know.
anywhere,
They want
any
the money.
That's when they
homeowner.
know they push
That's
you
not-
out here.
Yes.
That's
And we be
renting
happy
their
to go out there. Oh,
home. Right.
I live in Amherst.
Right.
You can't pull it
Took
over.
the
though.
whole
But
community.
see,
Yeah.
but see, they look at it as easy money. Okay, I'm gonna take this Section 8 because I know I'm going to get paid. I'm
Mhm.
definitely gonna go.
Right.
If they don't
Guaranteed
pay
money.
me, I'm gonna get this money.
Right, right.
So I mean, my thing is, some of they people, mostly all they people on Section 8 are on food stamps.
food
It's more them
stamps,
on
right.
food stamps in Section 8 than it is our people.
Mhm.
So they need to check them records, check them stats
Mhm.
before they want to start running away and coming into the city. Trying to run people away from the city that's been there for a long time.
You go ahead. You wanna add? Just quiet over here.
I wanted to ask you as far as like what made you want to go ahead and shoot that visual? Like putting that together and just so the city and just what inspired you to go ahead and do that?
I mean, honestly, I can say y'all.
Oh, get
You
out
know
of
what I'm
here.
saying? The brands
Look
is
at God.
that's what it was. I'm telling you, I'm behind the counter. Like, man, something's going on. You know, like when I first got there, got Lavish. That's a Quill. You know what I'm saying? I bought a sweatsuit from him. You know what I'm saying? I seen him ever since. You know what I mean? So it was y'all. I'm like, damn, this is something going on. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a part of it.
Right.
Yeah, you got a ticket or something to a concert. I'm immediately. Where's the flyer at?
Right.
Send it to me. I'm
Right.
posting it.
Right.
I want things to be popular.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm doing here.
Mhm.
That's what I'm trying to get all the artists that's in the city of Buffalo. That for them to be recognized because they don't. And some can't get out of here and do that. So if they could just come out somewhere and spit bars and I know everybody can do their own networking, but
Right.
when it's just somewhere I'm out doing something different, it's a different energy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And whatever we can do, because I want to discover a lot of people in Buffalo. I don't know a lot of black business here, and I lived here all my life.
Right.
And there's a lot of black businesses I don't know about. So
Right.
next month we're going to be doing, putting out all the clothing lines.
Okay.
Who's here? Who gravitate to us? We gravitate to them.
Right,
Be Great ain't never been in competition with nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? We
Right.
wear other people's clothing line too, but you can only be your own true supporter when you don't have supporters supporting you.
Right.
So, you gotta rock your own clothing line.
Definitely
You
do.
know what I mean? You gotta stay in it so it's stay in everybody's face.
Right.
But if anybody got any questions for Frederick Yakin, we got the lines open right now, 259-9718. If y'all want to ask him anything while he's here, because he's gone tomorrow. And he does, tell us about your, the episode 2 coming.
Okay, episode 2 drops tomorrow at 3 p.m. So,
Okay.
Checking that out. It's 19 hours in counting.
Yeah, right. So, we have 3 segments.
Okay.
And they're 15 minutes.
Yeah.
An episode.
I like that.
So we're just cutting it up. I don't know, I'm really excited about the second one because I think it has a little bit more bread and butter. Like it gets, I think it's going to touch on some deep points. It's still going to be because the whole time too, it was the artists that came like from Benny to Hezzy to you had a couple of guys on there. They gave it all. It wasn't like we had to force anything out of them. They talked freely, and that's why it's called iShot. Because it's coming from the eyes of the people. It's not my documentary, really, honestly. It's you guys' documentary. You know what I'm saying?
And I like it.
Yeah,
so when I seen it, I was like, oh yeah, I was like, I got it. Who doing this. I need him on this. So, and we're gonna be following that. So how many more episodes, or how long you trying to do this?
We actually got 3 of Buffalo, but we also are going to different cities.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
But we also have features too. So like I
Okay.
said, you got a brand, you're an artist, you have a story that wants to be told. We're looking for stories.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But we
Okay.
definitely are traveling to different cities and just trying to see what's popping. I mean, it's basically like taking a rock and looking under that rock and
Right.
seeing what's under the rock.
Right.
And it's happening to be that Buffalo is just that catalyst for that rock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
what
yeah.
city are you going to after you go to DC? So what cities do y'all have like on your agenda?
we got Durham, North Carolina.
Okay,
So
okay.
if you didn't know, it's a lot of.
Like Durham is different. It's not Charlotte.
It's not
Right.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
They do
Right.
have
It's
they
not-
have
it's
some
country.
gifted artists coming out of
Yeah.
Durham.
Yeah.
Baltimore,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to be a great one.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's just like here, probably a little worse.
Yeah, but Baltimore is
Oh yeah,
you
Baltimore
drive through,
is,
you drive through Baltimore. Like, at least for me,
Yes,
I
I've
want to
been-
get out. I want
yeah.
to help somebody.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like
I'm
that.
like, I don't know what's going on out
Right,
here.
right,
man. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Yeah,
Except for down in
heart
the
hurts.
harbor. The harbor's something
Yeah, that's
completely
different. That's
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
But it's like you see this all pretty, but when you go in, like here.
It's only 2 blocks from the harbor. You start being like, whoa.
Yes. Yes, like
Then you
here.
go back. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Man, but yeah, that's just to name a couple of cities. I mean, yeah, man, we've been having fun.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you got to doing that.
We've been having
Yeah,
fun.
it's about
Yeah,
enjoying yourself.
yeah, doing something that we love to do, and I'm a hip hop enthusiast.
Mm.
Like I love hip hop. I love all music. You know what I'm saying? But I just love the culture, and I love
Right.
how it's not just the Buffalo experience. It's not just the East Side
Right.
experience.
Right.
It's not just the American experience. We the same ills that we have in Buffalo, they dealing with Israel,
Right.
Egypt, South
Yes.
Africa,
Yes.
Australia,
Lebanon.
London, France.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
you know,
Everybody got
so
issues.
worldwide, it's worldwide.
Right.
No, I'm talking about as far as black people.
Yeah.
They're not. I'm
It's
just
gonna-
saying
they're gonna
everybody
be-
got
it's
issues. They're
gonna
not
be-
exempt.
They're gonna have
Right.
a caste
Right.
system, and it seems to be, for me, my eyes, black people are always at the bottom of the caste system.
That's it.
So
Yeah,
you
you
know what I'm
never
saying?
lied.
Yeah.
Because we the ones that came over. They brought us over on the boat.
I mean, it's a race. So, and it's a race not between us. It's the race between European countries. Who can get to the top? And we're not invited to the party. So, at all.
Yeah.
We have no colorful dollars, so that's crazy. That
Right.
it's even like that.
Right. I mean, that's how they do it. The money, the religion, the government, the military. They already. That's white supremacy. They
And you
already
know
got
what's-
that. You know, that's their
sad,
game plan.
Because
Right.
it kind of started in the British colonies, though.
Mm.
You know, if you do your history, and you look into your history, y'all, it kind of started in the British colonies. And then they brought it to the States. Check it out. Y'all see. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's funny, man.
All right, do anybody got anything else to say, or did you want to promote any of your Instagrams or
Okay,
anything like that?
I'm gonna start off first with Lifeform FNS. That's lifeformfilmandsound.com.
Okay.
You said life or
Life.
life?
Live,
Oh,
LIFOR.
Oh, the
Lifeform,
on
yeah,
your-
yeah. So it's FNS,
Okay.
and that's at .com. So that's the website. Well, I'm gonna say my personal Facebook page is Frederick Barnett Massey Jr. I just be talking trash. That's my personal
It's
page.
Frederick, right? It's
Frederick, not an ER.
It's Frederick?
F-R-E-D-R-I-C.
Okay.
Yep. So then I have Freddie Macaro. That's on Instagram. I have a Freddie Macaro business page, and I'm taking my time building that. And we are sending everybody to YouTube,
Okay, yeah.
the YouTube link, and that's how we broke it up in 3 parts. We got some things going on behind closed doors. It look like got some promising things going on with the iShot project. So
I think it's gonna go
we've been having
somewhere.
fun. Yeah.
I think
Yes,
it's gonna go
definitely.
somewhere, you know,
And I'm sorry,
No,
your
it's-
Instagram, could you spell it for me?
Oh,
Or for everybody out there?
excuse me. FREEDDIMACKERO. So it's macaro.
1 is 1 FRED, right?
FRED. With 2 D's.
Oh, okay.
D-I-E. Like
See, that's
Freddie.
why I asked, was it Frederick?
Freddie.
Mhm.
And it's Freddie.
But I mean, no, my name is Frederick, but Freddie is like a, you know,
The your little off. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I grew up. I was a little Freddy. So. But yeah. So that's where you can check me out at. And
You said the episode 2 is coming out when?
tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
God willing, I still be, I still be in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be here. I'll be here when it releases, and I'll be leaving after.
Oh, okay, so make sure I go up.
Yeah, make sure I go right. I want to hear what the people gotta say.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I want to, and even I leave that open. If somebody can walk up to me and be like, "That ain't Buffalo, man,"
Yeah.
Hey, call me out.
Right.
That ain't how we talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be authentic, and that's really what I was searching
That's it.
for.
But you know, they have to understand too, it's coming from a younger generation's eyes.
Mhm.
So they can if they just just don't think about it. Y'all have a different set of eyes
Mhm.
from what I have because I've seen more than you've seen.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? So and you see what I don't see from where you are.
Right.
So that's something that they have to just understand.
Right.
This is Buffalo. You just ain't seen this part of Buffalo.
Right.
You know.
And that's the part we trying to put on blast right now.
Right.
There's something here,
Right.
and
Right.
it's time
And I'll-
we show our worth. And,
Right.
Yeah, it's something
Right.
here. We got something to say.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be like a episode every 2 weeks or like once a month?
Well, okay. After we drop the second episode, we might not drop the third one for a couple weeks. We're really doing promo right now, so
Okay,
this is
that's
not really
what's
the format how we're gonna drop episodes, and honestly how we're gonna do everything.
Okay.
It's a kind of like a grand scheme of things.
A test
But
run.
you can say that. You know what I mean? So
Just seeing how it go.
yeah, just want to just
Yeah,
you know.
See how many tune in.
Yeah, we want to see how the people feel, you know, and so we got more to show, but this is like our promo run.
But remember, regardless of how they feel, you still got to keep moving how you
Oh yeah,
move.
definitely do.
Because you don't want them to sidetrack your vision
Definitely
just
do.
based on what they saying. Because sometimes they just saying it because they mad. 'Cause
Right.
They ain't
They not doing that. They not
Or-
doing
You
that.
feel where I'm coming from?
Or the best way I can say, like, you can invest in the product, and you might love this product, but nobody's buying it.
Right.
I'm not going to invest more of that product. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
Especially when you invest in
Yeah. I put my own money into
Right.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and like when you already know when you do that,
Right.
you're like, hey man, I don't know how I'm gonna make this money
Right.
back, but I'm
Right.
on the grind.
Right.
Right.
Just like I said, I don't get paid
But
to
then,
do
but
this.
then when I'm not a fool either, but when I come to a point, I'm like, hey, this is not working.
Working.
Maybe it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not going to something else.
Right.
So
Well, you
then
just
I
have to
have to-
rework. You just
Right.
have to rework something to
Right.
figure
Yeah.
Right.
switch it around and turn it up, but don't stop doing it.
Right.
You get what
I
I'm
never
saying?
stop doing
Because
it.
I'm a believer of
If I
that.
gotta,
you know.
it might not be the documentary
You
might not be
know.
my calling. Maybe
Right.
you might see me on YouTube with some
Right.
tap dance shoes. I'm gonna figure out something. Figure out something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's about staying in their face.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the same
Yeah.
thing here with me. I don't get paid to do this.
Right.
That's why I'm looking like it's not ratings. I don't
Right.
get ratings. I'm just trying to do something because I felt it was something that my vision came.
Right, right.
That dropped in my spirit to do for me.
Yeah,
right.
So I don't give a damn who don't like it. It's like I
Right.
said, but if it ain't benefiting after a while, I can do this shit in my basement.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Find something else to do.
I mean, I'm finding my way too, but I enjoy what I'm doing, and that's why they say if you enjoy what you do, you're not
When
working.
you living.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You just
living.
you love
It's for your
it,
soul,
you know, and that's
you know?
what it is. And then
Yeah.
once you love doing what you're doing, man, you don't care who watching, who ain't nothing.
That's right.
I mean, I sit here with my drink and I'm happy and I keep talking shit. I don't give a
That's
damn.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way it's gonna go. So
Right.
that's what
Yeah,
it's
I love
all
that.
about. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So okay, y'all. So we got Frederick on here, y'all, again with the eye shot. Pay attention. Stay tuned for it tomorrow. It comes out at 3 o'clock. The
EYE.
second episode. And I guess they'll let us know when we, he'll be releasing the third one. But right now, these two ones, y'all stay focused. There's a lot of things y'all might not paid attention to the first one. I didn't watch it 3 times.
Oh wow.
You know, I did
That's
go
dope.
back over that because
That's dope.
I was trying to pay attention to the a lot what Benny was saying too, and Jillian what he was saying too. I liked everybody that was talking, but them two catch your ear because I just like real talk. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right,
Benny,
right.
he don't give a shit. It's just
Yeah.
what it was.
Right.
And he was like, what store on Broadway?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little
So
behind.
he don't give a damn.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
what you
what
talking
you
about?
talking
Yeah.
about?
Smoking
Right.
this
Grocery
blunt, like, I don't
store.
give a shit.
Yeah.
So I just like all that. That's what I try to keep that realness here. You know, if this mic fell off right now, it's real. We
Right.
ain't had shit hooked up right.
Right.
You know, it's shit gonna happen. You know, and that's what we try to do here too, and keep it positive at the same time.
Right.
You know. Anybody want to close out?
Older than tall. I know it's about, the eye shining about the visual Buffalo, but we talked about music. Who you like as far as music wise?
As far as music,
growing up now.
Growing up now. Okay.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of music. People might not think I do. At the same token, maybe it's predictable. Like my favorite artist is Bob Marley. You know what I'm saying? That's like all time. I can listen to Bob Marley. I'll be in a bad mood, good mood.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I do the vibes though. The vibes, like Bob Marley vibes.
That's
It's
right.
right there.
He got good energy.
Yeah, he got good energy.
energy
And
right
the
there.
lyrics.
Yeah.
the lyrics.
Yes.
You get to like
You
the
listen.
core, his catalog.
Right.
He got some lyrics that are
Yeah.
very, very, very relevant
Yes.
to what's going on right
Yes.
now. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
I grew up on Motown, so that's always been a big, especially going back and forth to Buffalo. Like, it was like, man, I mean, Aretha Franklin, even from Marvin Gaye to, everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different people. Ray Charles, I mean, it just get deep.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
but as I was growing up under, like, with my mom, it was Stevie Wonder, Luther Vandross. There was so many different, like, she was vibing.
She
Right.
was
She was vibing, yeah. She'd be cleaning, doing her own little thing. She was really vibing.
That's what it was. The more
Yeah, it was like
Yes,
she was
yes.
the 80s were really cool. But then once I got into the 90s, I think my first hip hop tape was the first BDP production.
Oh,
I actually got in trouble for having, and I got in trouble in Buffalo. Like I don't know how. Maybe this is like divine intervention. It got mailed to my house. The tape.
Oh,
shit. I had a tape player. Okay, cool. I was on the mailing list. I don't know why. So I put it in. I started listening to it. It was like, be this, and there was a lot going on. Like KRS-One wasn't the same car. KRS. You know what I'm saying? And I had it in my headphones the whole way to Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? And then once I eventually got to my aunt's house, my aunts, a couple of my uncles, my dad, I didn't know he heard it already. So he already heard it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like peeking in the room with all out playing, but I figured out they having a little meeting about me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess they figured out, oh, okay, just let them listen to it. It's harmless.
Yeah.
That was my introduction to hip hop, and I've been a hip hop fan ever since.
Well, Pop is
That's
my
what's
favorite.
up.
Pop.
You hear me? That's what's up. She
Yeah.
goes to Tupac every
Yeah,
time.
Every time.
Every time. She can't go to Sugar Hill games.
So
She gotta go to
Tupac,
Tupac.
I'm a Gemini, you know what I'm saying? So I always, that's like my twin. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if I ever met him, I would feel like, I'm very disappointed.
Right.
Me and him didn't get along.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause in
Right.
my mind, we friends.
That's it. That's right. That's right. In your mind,
We homies,
absolutely.
man.
Because man, he said you want to. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I mean, but then on top of that too, I don't pick between him and Biggie. I mean, I love them all.
Honey, I love Biggie.
Yeah, I was never one of those.
You see me, I love
Right.
I'm sorry. I'll take Paco.
I was Biggie
I
on.
mean, but
He's
I
much
think
more deeper to me
Right, I
than
mean,
He's more of a poet though.
diverse.
Yeah.
He got a
Tupac
couple
do a little
love
bit of everything.
songs. He got some club songs. He got
He
some
remind me
when
of
you're
him.
sad, when you're
He reminded me of Sid. That's
It's
why I
a
like
struggle
Biggie
for
so
me.
much.
It's like,
Oh, okay.
it speaks to the shit.
Come on, your soul, man.
The
I'm sorry.
revolutionary.
Yeah,
in me,
come on.
you know what I'm saying?
And that's so true.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I like him. I was well.
But then I like a lot of the young boys too. Like it's funny because I listen to Lil Uzi Vert. I listen to Future. I listen to Drake. I listen to
Yeah,
everybody.
Drake.
If it sounds
Yeah.
good,
Right,
it's in my
right,
iTunes.
right,
right.
But I'm also like tuning into the local artists. Like I wouldn't call. I'm not gonna say local, but artists from the town.
From the town.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah, I see somebody post something and I'm downloading it.
Yeah, that's
Right.
It's on iTunes. So
Right,
I got
right,
it.
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Even if I pass it, I'm not even listening to the whole album.
Right,
But I
yeah.
just got a song or two I like.
And to download it.
Right.
You know what
I
I mean?
love new music. So
Right.
yeah, I'm really a rap hip hop enthusiast.
Gotcha.
I love hip hop.
So when the next time you should be touching back down? It's a couple months or?
It all depends. It might be the end of August. It might be like the second week of September.
Well, whatever you want to do, come on back. You're more than welcome to come back here if you got something
Thank
new working on. You want us to, promote whatever. Just, shoot me. You got all the numbers.
Thank you.
And let me know, and I'll be putting it out there. I definitely will be following you on a regular basis.
Oh, thank you.
So don't be getting mad at me when I'm like, what's going on with this? What's going
Yeah,
on?
I'm always tuned in. So,
Yeah.
And the vibe is awesome.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Don, we loved it here.
That's what it's about.
Yeah,
That's what it's
yeah.
about.
I'm gonna get Benny up here whenever I can catch his ass in town. I'm gonna shoot out to him. Yeah, I gotta get him. Cause I seen him up at Cortland. You know, just hanging out. I'm like,
be like, look, man.
Yeah, but you don't know how to approach people because I don't know his demeanor. You know, I don't know him, so I'm just like, nah, let me go through somebody, and then we connected that way. I'm pretty much sure he know about it by now.
I'm pretty sure he knows.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
I think that's always breaks the ice.
Yeah.
If you got something going on, you like, you know, the difference if you ain't got nothing, you just like,
Right.
You like barbecue? You know what I'm saying? You got nothing.
Right.
And all that.
Right. Yeah.
But I got picked up to produce another project.
Okay.
So half is gonna be shot in Baltimore, the other half is gonna be shot in LA.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to figure out now when I'm coming back to Baltimore.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But you be back and forth here.
Yeah, I'm back and forth.
Okay.
I'm back and forth. Now when it start getting cold, you know.
Yeah, we
So,
want
stay here.
I might have one good trip just to see the snow.
That's right.
You gonna have to
I'm
get some
outta here.
shots, though.
Yeah,
You gotta use it for something.
yeah,
You gotta
right.
get that winter in
Right,
there.
The snow.
One winter, huh?
But we even had
Here
no
go
bad
that
winters, though.
2020
Was it
snow.
bad?
In the last 3 years, we haven't had no bad winters.
Okay.
You know, we might get a pound like one day and then shit gone in 4 days. So we ain't been heavily with it. It's weird.
Yes.
It's very
Yes.
weird
Yeah.
here. Shit, we ain't had this type of heat like we be having. But
I'm
even,
loving the heat.
it's different.
Yeah, I
It's
love
Yes,
it too.
melt
Yeah.
me. I love it.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna give a shout out again to Frederick, and this is
Yes.
again for I Shot, y'all.
I shot EYE.
Episode.
Yes.
Second episode tomorrow drop at 3
Yes.
p.m.
Yes.
Stay
yes.
tuned, SUV Pods.
Yes,
We
we'll
got
get
another guest coming on Wednesday,
Mhm.
and y'all might don't want to miss him.
Yes.
You know, Moody, we love you. We hope we can get you on here
Shout
one
out to
day,
you.
honey.
Yes.
And stay up and don't be disappointed. Things happen, you
Yeah.
know. So we ain't mad at you. We'll get you on here because we like your music. So we
Yeah.
definitely want to hear you spit some bars.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait a minute before we go. Before you peace out.
Uh-oh.
Okay, everybody, remember, November is coming up really soon. If you are not registered to vote,
Yes.
you need to go ahead and get registered ASAP.
Yes.
If you are registered and you received your mail-in ballots, think twice about mailing it in. And think about just going down to wherever your location is.
And don't forget Michael
And
Ray
do
got
it
it going
yourself.
on at the
Yes,
registration.
yes.
at
Go to the
Groove
Groove Lounge.
Groove
Go to
Lounge.
the Groove Lounge, and if you're not registered, go right down there. He is welcoming everyone that's not registered to go ahead and get registered.
Every day, he said, except for Mondays.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
Deuces.